They called him the Pathfinder, explorer, conqueror of California, first presidential nominee of a new political party. For a time, John C. Frémont was one of the most famous Americans alive. But fame is not the same as greatness. Frémont was hero and fraud, visionary and failure, a man whose ambition helped open the West and then exceeded his ability to lead. He began life as a secret, the illegitimate son of a French immigrant and a Southern woman married to someone else. Growing up in Charleston, Frémont was talented, proud, and always aware that he did not quite belong. The Army gave him a uniform. The West gave him a stage. He charted rivers and mountain passes with the help of guides and native scouts,
fresh tracks,
whose names the legend often erased. But the reports that made him famous were not his achievement alone. Jessie Benton Frémont was the educated, politically astute daughter of a powerful senator.
To our shared liberty. We must uphold the sacred principles of law and justice for all.
She married the penniless lieutenant and helped transform him into a national myth. John brought home maps and stories of danger. Jessie shaped them into compelling reports. He planted flags on distant peaks. She planted his name in newspapers across the country. Together, they created the Pathfinder.
A truly grand achievement.
Part explorer, part politician, part American brand. Frémont's maps and glowing descriptions helped draw settlers west. He became the face of Manifest Destiny, a man who made conquest sound like adventure. By 1856, a new Republican Party needed a national hero to carry its opposition to the spread of slavery. It chose Frémont as its first presidential nominee. His fame supplied the crowds. Jessie supplied much of the political conviction. Although women could not vote, she wrote and campaigned as if she too were on the ticket.
Every button counts for our brave boys. Indeed.
The campaign exposed a country coming apart over slavery, immigration, and belonging. Frémont lost. More famous than Abraham Lincoln, he stepped away from politics and returned to the pursuit of money and adventure. Five years later, Civil War gave him another chance at glory. Lincoln saw a celebrated national figure and appointed Frémont a major general, but the Pathfinder had never commanded more than a few hundred men. Now, he controlled the enormous Department of the West. In Missouri, spectacle took the place of administration, an extravagant headquarters, questionable contracts, confused logistics, and an army that struggled to move. The fame that had won Frémont command could not teach him how to exercise it. Then, confronted by guerrilla war, Frémont made the most consequential decision of his life. Without consulting Lincoln, he imposed martial law in Missouri and declared the enslaved people of Confederate sympathizers free. For those he liberated, it was a glimpse of the future. For Lincoln, it was a political and constitutional crisis. An emancipation order issued by one general could drive fragile slave-holding border states into the Confederacy. And Lincoln was not yet ready to make emancipation the declared policy of the Union.
This rebellion must be ended.
He privately asked Frémont to revise the order. Frémont refused unless the president publicly commanded him to do it. Pride dressed as principle. Lincoln did. Jessie went to the White House to defend her husband.
We are honored to receive you.
Thank you so much for your kind welcome.
In a tense meeting after midnight, she argued that slavery sustained the rebellion and that emancipation was a military necessity.
Lives depend on this information.
She believed Lincoln timid. Lincoln believed Frémont reckless and already beyond control. Lincoln publicly overruled the emancipation provision. Investigations documented financial disorder, military delay, and chaotic leadership. Frémont was relieved of command. He would receive another army and fail again. Finally resigning rather than serve under a rival he considered beneath him. Again and again, his appetite for glory outran his ability. But the idea behind Frémont's order did not disappear. A year later, Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation. carefully prepared, national in scope, and enforced by an army fighting for the survival of the Union. John Charles Frémont spent his life moving toward the next horizon, across the Rockies, into California, onto the national political stage, into the crisis that would decide whether the United States could survive half free and half enslaved.
Let us thank the Lord.
He was rarely content to follow a path already marked. That restlessness made him useful to history. It also made him dangerous within it. Frémont recognized truths that others resisted. He understood that the West would transform the nation. He understood that slavery was bound to the Southern secession. He understood that change was inevitable. But understanding was not enough. His ambition was immense. His restraint was thin. Raised without the security or discipline that steadier lives can provide, he developed a powerful faith in his own destiny and too little patience for the hard, unglamorous work that turns an idea into a functioning reality. Others would finish what Frémont began. Others would administer the armies, build the coalitions, and make emancipation the law and cause of a nation at war. Still, he mattered. Not because he was always right, not because he succeeded, but because he pointed, sometimes brilliantly, sometimes recklessly, toward the future America was approaching. The Pathfinder did not always know the way, but he recognized that the old road was ending.